Okay, Connor, so you moved up to fourth overall. How do you feel about the way the race has gone for you?
Yeah, so far so good. Um, Started off maybe a bit slow in terms of the first day and didn't expect the race so much of how the race would develop. But yeah, I mean, every day I've been feeling good sensations and be good and kind of been half waiting for the past few days, and yeah, they've turned out good. Everything's went well, moved up to fourth.
How did you feel today? There was a lot of climbing.
Yeah, I mean, we seen the rain at the start of the day and the winds, and we thought there was going to be a selection made at the start. Um, as it then turned out, that there wasn't. You know, it was actually very controlled. It almost went quite piano for a while, and then it all just kicked off in the climb. Almost straight away, there was a selection of 6 guys in the first climb, and the yellow jersey was dropped there as well, and a bit of danger, and he had to claw back his way back up. Seen that, and David was with him, so waited from there, and Rafa rode a bit then, and then on the next climb tacked a few times, got away with Dan Craven, and then went away with Tiernan Locke and Degan Cole. But yeah, this headwind up the climb, it was really, really hard to ride. And yeah, that was it really. I mean, at the end, there's nothing selective enough. It was maybe you could try and nip away for the rest of the stage, but it wasn't possible at all.
This is your longest stage race so far, so how have you found the day-to-day recovery?
Yeah, before this stage was the longest, which is 5 days, and so yeah, so far so good. Kind of reached the plateau after 3 or 4 days, and since that it's been every day's been good. Like, recovered well between stages. Yeah.
What have you learnt most, you think, from the last 7 days?
That Irish racing's crazy. I mean, yeah, I've learned probably how to be in a race for the whole of the stage for every day, and to just generally be more aggressive in my riding.
Looking back at the way tactics have gone in the last few days, is there anything that you wish that you or the team had done differently?
Yeah, I mean, probably not in terms of the race is just so bizarre that you can't predict anything. Everyone on the team has to ride well and be in contention for as long as can, and then you try and make a strategic plan. Probably to date, the biggest thing is not attacking on that first climb today. I mean, it was a perfect situation. There's 5 of us there, 5 good riders. Yellow jersey wasn't there, and you know, it was the hardest part of the biggest selection. You know, I should seize that opportunity, but I didn't, and I think I paid the price for that now.
Was that nervousness? Were you worried about the climbs that were ahead, or what was the reason?
We'd sort of talked about going on that climb first, and yeah, it was just hesitation. I seen there was a group ahead and they were riding strong, and I wanted to see how they were riding for the next while. And I turned on and seen David O'Loughlin in the next group coming up, so I thought better to have him here. 2 teammates in the race, or 3 teammates in the latter part of the race, and 3 teammates in a group of 12 should have put us in a strong situation.
The team has taken 2 wins, has the Mountains jersey. You're in 4th overall, so do you think Kurt Bogarts and others are happy with the way things have gone?
Yeah, I think you have to be. That we've, as I said before, we put ourselves in the best possible situation every single day, and took anything that's come of this. 2 wins in this, and Mountains jersey and Young Riders jerseys is a lot to go away with. I mean, if I can get on the podium tomorrow as well, and in terms of moving up to 3rd overall, it'd really be icing the cake and be a good week. Yeah.
So tomorrow, will the team, is that going to be the main aim of the team, is to try and get you up to that podium place?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it was firstly make sure the Mountains jersey sort out that between the 2 boys, and then try and get 12 seconds back on Dan Craven. We'll see from there.
Okay. Looking at the rest of the year, you've got a Nations Cup race next week in Canada. So, what are your goals for that?
Go in there and win. Really, like, it sounds pretty forward, but we've got a really strong team. We need it for qualifications for the Worlds. It's probably one of the last chances we've got. I know I've got good form, and a couple of other guys have really good form, and I know the roads there are really hard and really selective, so it should set us up well for a good race.
And further on in the season, what have you highlighted as targets?
The next peak, or what I'm building towards at the minute now, is Europeans. So I've got a few stage races in France before that, and then European champs, or sort of nationals, European champs, and then sort of build up to the end of the year, Tour Pyrenees, Britain, possibly L'Avenir if they send the team, Worlds and Commonwealth Games, World Championships.
Okay. Okay, so overall, are you happy with how things have gone in your first year, kind of focusing on the road?
Yeah, so far so good. I've learned a lot. The first 3 months are really big learning curve in terms of the level of races I did. It really ramped up the learning curve really quickly, and yeah, brought me on massively in the first 2 months of racing. And so now I'm definitely a different rider than I was at the start of the year, and the likes of Passage and that. Yeah, and I can see now where I can get results, what type of rider I am, where I can perform a bit more. Yeah, there's still so much more to learn, but I can see now what I can actually do, and it's good. Like.
Is Belgium the place? Is that the ideal place for you to race, or do you think you're more suited to perhaps French racing, or have you worked that out yet?
It's hard to, like, if you take from what I've experienced so far, if you take like a I don't know, a Dwarf or Vlaanderen or Tour of Flanders type parkour, I am good at that kind of thing. Yeah, maybe not so super good in the really explosive Dutch type flat windy races, but yeah, I haven't really found a discipline at the minute that I'm not so good at. Like, yeah, can't sprint, and yeah, all the explosive stuff isn't so good. But anything that's moderately hilly to mountainous, I seem to be riding well in. Yeah, it's just like racing my bike at the minute. So we'll see.
Have you had a chance to try longer climbs, like alpine stuff?
Regione probably. A couple of, on the second day there, we had two 15k climbs in both days. Sorry, the first day we had a long climb, and I was in the sort of selection of whatever it was, 10 guys there, and then the next day, the longest climb, sort of 15k, I was in final selection of 10 or 15 guys before some mechanical problems. But yeah, it's good. Yeah.